Good morning, folks. Welcome to episode 63 of Something More Than Gibberish. I'm really excited. Today I've got the power couple, Gifted Johnson-Wilkinson and Mr. Witz the poet. These two have been around the poetry and the art scene for so long. They do so much for the community. Their work is always heartfelt, powerful, soul-searching, and they do so much to empower other people. It truly is my humble honor to feature these two. I've had them individually on the show probably 2 years back, so to have them both together is phenomenal, and I cannot wait. They are in the room, so I'm going to bring them up now. So looking forward to this. I could talk to these two forever. They really are. They do so much. And
oh, good. Okay. Uh-oh.
Hello,
Gifted. Hello, how are you? I was trying to spin this thing out. I don't think. All right. How are you?
Very good. Hello, Mr. Witz.
Peace and blessings, beloved family. What's up?
First up, thank you very much for agreeing to come back on the show. It's been a couple of years since I've had you individually, and I've been trying to line this up for a while because I was just saying to the audience, you both do so much, and you've been around the arts for so long, and you do so much in your own rights, but also to uplift the community. So it truly is an honor to have you both here. I am so looking forward to this.
Thank you, brother. It's an honor to be here with you.
It's very much, yes.
And firstly, let me apologize for not being able to attend a lot of your live shows. With the time difference, normally it's my work day. And last January, I changed organizations that I was working for. So it's been a little bit hard to, until I set my boundaries in.
Because trust me, I understand. A lot of times I'm running on empty within these spaces, but I still do my best to be be a live wire within that experience. Trust me, I get it.
The biggest problem for me is people at work who are familiar with my channel, suddenly they get a notice saying Rainier is going live, and I'm in the middle of my workday. It doesn't look good, right?
I couldn't imagine that. Yeah.
But nevertheless, I will try. But anyway, let's get back to you two. Now, Gifted, I learned something when I read your bio. I've always known you as Gifted. I didn't know your first name was Jacqueline. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you. Thank you.
So do I refer to you as Jacqueline or Gifted? Is Gifted the name you are Gifted? So.
Yes, and Gifted is my branded artist name. Yeah. It is the name in which I publish all of my works under. So yeah, Gifted is fine in this environment. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, in reading your bio, it was really quite extensive. It really told me a lot about you. So you were originally from Cincinnati, and I love your deep connection to your family and community. And that is evident in your work. That is evident in everything you do in your writing as well.
Thank you.
And you've been writing for like over 20 years, 23 years. And
yeah.
And I didn't realize that you were so involved in the hosting of music events, like jazz events as well, again for like over 15 years. Like, that's amazing.
Yes. Yes.
So where's the passion? Is it the music or the poetry, or they both play a key part in your life?
They both play a key part in my life. And I love it when they're fused together. That was the environment that we actually created with Spoken Word Soul. It was an eclectic jazz and R&B fused poetry spot. So not only were you engaged in poetry, but you also had music infused in there. And I think there's nothing like that type of environment to make you feel good. And so I love it. Music inspires, and so does poetry. And they both just intertwine and are very important in my life. So yeah.
I couldn't agree more. My TV never goes on. It's always, but I've got music 24/7. Be it transient meditational music or uplifting or anything or something to
Yep.
calm my mind down. Always got music. I sleep with music, so
I do too. I do too.
yeah, 24/7, my music's on.
Yep.
Mm.
Same.
And Mr.
Same.
Witz, you've got a long history as well. I mean, you've been doing stage performances for so long as well, and you even won a Grand Slam Champion Award in 2020. So that's quite a while back as well, right?
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
And you branched off also into a fashion design line besides your writing.
They've always kind of ran parallel for me. Like in the beginning of this poetry journey, I was already designing my own clothing. If you can go back that far through any of my pictures or recordings or anything, you'll see that when me and my brother, Coach Josh Mo, started our journey as professional poets, I always made our clothes. I was
Yeah.
making our shirts and stuff way back then. Like every week we had something new that I had produced. And it just through that process has grown the fire burning inside me that much more to be more passionate about what I was creating. But they always ran hand in hand as a creator.
Yeah, yeah. Um, do you do most of the sort of graphics and all that for your apparel?
Yeah, I pretty much do everything. Like if I knew how to sew, I'd be a seamstress as well. Like
Yeah,
that's the
right.
type of person I am. Like I'm fully involved in whatever it is I do. So 9 times out of 10, when you see me out, you see any of my pictures, the clothing that I'm wearing is my own. I'm my own mannequin.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love
Speaking
that.
of
My
you
own
being
manic.
your own mannequin, until I saw a photo of you and Gifted at some event, I never realized how tall you were. Man, you are right. You're right up there. Holy hell.
Yeah, I've been tall all my life. It's one of the things that got me over because I found myself intermingling with my elders due to the fact that I look like one of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you both have also published many books as well. I mean, Mr. Witz, you've got about, what, 11 or 12 books published, right? Solo books, and then contributed to many other anthologies and collections on different projects. And Gifted, you've got quite a few books out yourself, and you've got another one coming out titled Ripples. Oh, you,
Yes. Yes, I have 4 books currently out. I'm in, oh gosh, 6 anthologies. And then I'm currently working on Ripples.
now, I want to ask you about your first 3 books there. You had My 30 2020 Vision, and then My Final 30. When I saw that, I thought, don't tell me she stopped writing. My Final 30, what does that exactly mean? What was that?
So, my final 30 was just me saying, okay, this is the final publication that I'll put out that are like these kind. So these books are a collection of poems that I wrote over the course of National Poetry Month, which is in April here in the United States. So this was the final one that I produced in that series. So it's a collection. All three are a collection of the poems that I wrote for 2019, 2020, and 2021.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
When I read that title, I thought my final 30, but then I continued to read and it says, then you had The Phase by an Impressionable Moon and another one upcoming. So you had me worried there when you said my final 30. It was like, that's it, I'll stop publishing.
No. Oh gosh, I have so much more to say.
Well, I think every recital that I've heard you both do on lives and so forth, they've all been jaw-dropping and always leaves me reflecting on them for hours later, the pieces.
Yeah.
And Gifted, you do a lot of work also within your community as in curating and instructing and facilitating, purely to expand the interests of poetry through the community, through the students and so forth. Tell me more about that.
So that's actually my passion, working with the youth. And I've been working with the youth, oh God, since 2017. Well, even before that, I worked with the youth in my church doing career readiness, some form of giving them a voice, empowering them to think about their futures, and just letting them know that they are seen. So I've been doing some form of work with youth, either through the schools or through my church. Even before 2017, I would say early 2000s. Most recently, my work over the last 5 years have been strictly poetry, coaching, mentoring, and preparing them for competitions such as state and national competitions such as Poetry Out Loud. And I actually now sponsor the city of Cincinnati. Actually, let me back up. I sponsor the whole Southwest Ohio, which includes Cincinnati, and all of the surrounding area. And so we coach and prepare our young people to compete for money, scholarships, and what have you, using their voice through poetry. Yeah. So
that is so beautiful because, as you said, it's to me, poetry, it's all about the inner learnings of people, the inner reflections of people, and I think that should be accessible to everybody, irrespective of what you come from.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you're sponsoring a lot of these work to make sure that doesn't matter how challenging life is, that you can still access and have that opportunity to express what's in your hearts. And that's Gifted.
I'm so glad you said that, Rainier, because poetry, just like any other genre, can be so competitive that people will weigh your work within your works. And I feel like everyone is a poet because everything in life is poetry. So how can you tell someone based on what level of expression that they give forth that they don't belong within a community? So saying that, knowing that it starts with the youth, it really starts with just basically finding your voice. Because a lot of poets have to admit that they've come from dark spaces where they weren't being heard, they weren't being embraced, and weren't loved correctly. So within that, you can be kind of shadowed from yourself. So within finding your voice allows you to live again. So why not make that some form of comfort for the world and not just within a community? So yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's so true. The very reason I do this show is, and I, as you know, which I'll send you the links to, I also create something in YouTube and Spotify for it, of the show, mainly because I think in today's world where we've got global access to each other's work, like for example in India, YouTube is big, whereas TikTok is not, for example. I want to make it accessible to even somebody living in some far country community in India to have access to the words and the wisdom that people like yourselves who've lived life and been gifted with a very creative mind and a creative hand, a creative pen to share your, or for people stuck somewhere in some corner with no access to for support. Sometimes hearing the words of someone like yourself, be it on YouTube or be it on Instagram or whatever, could save their lives. Right? I myself, I lost my father when I was 12 and I was very close to him. So for fear of loss, I could only even love my mother from behind a wall. So as I was going through adolescence, I found my own way through life to a point where even now I'm always there for others, but I struggle to ask for help, which is a challenge for me. So sometimes for that person out there who has nobody to turn to, just hearing a word from one of your poems on one of these shows could be the catalyst that changes that life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, again, go ahead, Gifted. You wanted to say something?
I just said so true. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, to add on to that thought for myself, I come from a big family, so I can never truly say that I was physically alone. But spiritually, I've been alone the majority of my life. I've found comfort in that safety, knowing that I can count on me. And also within that, it makes it hard for me to not just ask for help, but also to accept it.
Yeah.
But I've always been so giving of myself and trying to make sure that I show up for others. And then on a receptive thing, it's a learning process. And I'm still learning to be humble enough to embrace that.
Yeah. It is hard, really, when you've grown up and fueled your own growth and sustained your own growth from your inner strength. It really is hard to learn. My son and I, we're friends more than we're father and son. And
nice.
one blink he'll be right here, but I even struggle to ask him because the way I look at it is like he's starting his life. He doesn't need to be burdened with my problems. I'm the experienced one. I should be able to cope, but I'm there for him. And it's hard. It's a stupid mentality. And last year, July, when I stopped doing the Origin of Thought lives, and that was because I had 3 suicides in one family over 4 years, and the third one was last year when a young boy, he was exactly 1 year older than my son to the date, he took his life. And when I read at his father's funeral 12 months before, and this boy, it was at a big sports stadium, the ceremony, because no chapel could hold the number of people they were expecting. There was 1,000 seats that were full, and there were still people standing around the outside of the stadium, probably another 200. He was 29, and that is the biggest crowd I've ever read a piece in front, spoken in front of. And there were people who were holidaying in the US who cut their holidays short to come for his funeral. There were people who were working interstate in Australia who flew down for his funeral. And yet at that critical moment, he was so loved and had so many people to say goodbye, but at that crucial moment, he was alone.
Wow.
That's it. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine about that. that alone feeling.
Yeah.
And more how important that is. I truly don't feel like we're ever truly alone because we are spirits. And I believe I'm a spiritual person, so I believe that there's always some sort of guidance and protection around you at all times. Just we don't
Yeah.
always tap into it. We don't know how to. So a lot of times it goes remiss. But I never feel like we're truly alone. But when the moments that we leave physically, no one can join us. You know what I mean? No one
Yeah.
bump bed or coffin. Um,
Mr. Witz, you reached right into the very core of my existence in what you just said, because I have lived that. My father and I had a very close bond, and although he went when I was 12, he has been always by my side. The number of times that when I was traveling around this country on my own for 10 years, it's a huge country and pretty wild in some places. The number of times there was this, I intended to go there, something in my head. It was my father's presence. No, don't go there. And sure enough, there was some disaster there. And other times where I wanted to go here, but I was too lazy. I said, no, I'm going to keep riding. It was a bit of a, something said, go there. And I did. I followed that sixth sense, that instinct, that inner voice that was coming from my father. And there was a many valuable lessons for me to learn.
yes.
You
Say
know,
that,
so
bro.
yeah.
Say that.
And yeah, also, although my father left me in a physical sense, even to date, he's still right here by my side.
Yeah. Yeah.
53 years since he passed, and he's by my side here, like he never left.
Yeah.
You
When I'm
know, a
sorry,
few
go.
years ago, I was in a car wreck.
Thanks.
Um,
Yeah.
when I collided with the end trailer of an 18-wheeler, and you know, when people are in detrimental or life-threatening situations, they see their light flash before their eyes.
Yeah.
I didn't have that experience, but I had the experience of protection because um,
Hmm.
during this moment of collision, once we collided, I physically felt my spirit leaving my body.
Mm.
But what was remarkable about it was there was a huge hand, and I mean huge, that literally caught me and pushed my spirit back into my physical body. Now, many people ain't gonna believe me when they hear that. They're gonna think I'm making this up or whatever. I care not how someone else feels. I know the experience that I had, and I've never spoke of anything like that until I've had that experience because I know what I lived.
Mm.
I walked out of this situation with my vehicle total, plastered up against a fire hydrant, the engine smashed all the way into the vehicle, and I walked away unscathed. I literally was able to walk out of the vehicle and, you know, gather myself. But I know what I experienced. I'm saying that because that was that protection. You know, I think my protectors are there's a wild adventurous
Mm.
side of me that kind of pushes me to be that type of person.
Yeah.
Then there's
Yeah.
that precautionary guidance that always makes me triple and quadruple think before I react or put myself into an environment that may not be where I belong. Is all what I'll say.
Yeah.
So I know there's guidance, and
Mm.
again, like I said, people maybe just haven't tapped into what they have, the powers of their
Yeah.
ancestors that are protecting them. But I'm one to graciously say that I've had the life experience
Yeah.
of getting to know, and I need to tap into that a little bit more because maybe I can be further along in life if I could communicate with them.
Yeah. I've through my many years, I've experienced the supernatural in many, many forms. I know exactly where you're coming from, Mr. Witz, and it really is. You're right. Sometimes people think when you're explaining something, you think they must think I'm crazy when they think I'm making this up. But when you've seen, when you've felt, when you've experienced, you know.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I am very thankful that you did make it through that, Mr. Witz, because I think you bring so much to so many people. The attendance in the room speaks for it, on how much you two are respected, not just within the IG community. Well, that's all I'm privy to, but I can imagine Gifted. How many people must hold you in such high regard with your work at the schools, in the churches and business organizations where you work, and to give them and to inspire that hope, that self-discovery, and empower their lives, not
Yeah.
knowing what they're facing behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
what you give is probably the only thing is that they have as salvation,
Right.
you know.
Absolutely.
Mr. Witz, I want to talk to you about your Port Charlotte project. That sounds phenomenal. But before we go there, perhaps we'll share a piece from each of you. I could talk to you all day. There's so much, because it resonates so much with what you do. Because, you come to that age where I don't really, to me, I'm me. I don't care if tomorrow is my last day. And you have a different respect for people who are there to give to the next generation, to give to the ones.
Right.
And
Right.
that, you know, as I say to people, I've got one foot in the grave, the other on a banana peel. I don't give a damn about tomorrow.
No.
I
No.
love that. I love that.
I've always lived life like today's my last day, and through that I've just had any benefit of living my life to the fullest. But it's nice to be able to give when you meet people who are trapped in their own heads through their own fears, through their own inhibitions, to try and free them to start breathing and living life. And that's where people like yourselves give so much value that money can't buy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's our duty. It's definitely our duty and our purpose, to spread that kind of love and kindness by helping others along their journey.
Yeah, to me, we were given certain gifts, and I think as you said, it's a duty and an obligation to help where we can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gifted is so modest, but I look to her for the strength that she is. Like, she pours so much into her community, from the youth to the elderly, um, more than the most of us. And the sacrifices that I've seen through our journey together. And I ask her often, like, how do you find the strength to be everything that everybody needs? Um, when you're exhausted, like, I see her exhausting herself, but still pushing forward to give that love. Like, I've seen her, be present in 1 week for 3 funerals. The strength that it takes just to be at one and embody all the emotion of everyone can swallow you. And I don't know how she does it. It's beautiful. It's God given, and I mean, she's just remarkable.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't make me cry.
This is true.
Oh, I'm trying, M. Dennis. I'm trying.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does deserve it.
I have not had the pleasure of meeting you both in person, but I'm blessed to be able to feel people's energies, and even through every time I've shared a, excuse me, shared a screen with you, um, I could feel your energies, and I think besides, before you open a word, before you even recite a line in a piece, I can feel the authenticity in your energies, you know. And what I'm trying to get to is that I can see where just being in your presence, even on screen or in person, sometimes it could be having that hug from a mother or that hug arm around from a father to when you say, "You've got this. Tomorrow will be a better day." And that comes
Mm,
from your energy, just in your presence. That authenticity you cannot hide, and that's what I love about
mm.
both.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for that,
Thank
brother.
you.
Yeah.
And you can see why the universe did bring you two together. I mean, you're geographically fairly distanced apart, right? And yet the universe brought you two together, and that's for a reason, you know. Like, I mean, there's
Yeah.
projects, things like that that you do. It's, yeah, beautiful. Who wants to go first? Who wants to share a piece first?
Oh, of course, I have to offer it to her first. Not just being the woman in the room, but being my better half.
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Whiff, for your kind words. You'll make me cry. And that is too funny. M.A. Dennis says he's going to write to WKRP. That is hilarious.
Yes,
Uh,
you know how my brother feels about that too. So I
hilarious.
love it.
All right. This is Ancestors Call. Loss from yourself in the abyss of the black hole, suffocating from whom they say how they discern or who they think you should be. They don't really want to know you. They don't really want to see you. The fragments of our makeup, thickness of our skin, knees that bend and bounce back up, broken umbrellas just swaying in the wind. They don't really want to see our Sarah Bartman, hot and tootin' Venusing our frames, us hiding in shame, Princess Areolaing our voices, stripping the persona of our very existence. They don't really want to see us, the stories that intertwine, breaking us down dirty hands, robbing strands of our Koya pearls. They don't really want to see our energy radiates inspiration and hope. Just imagine. Image stirs the imagination, bruises birth strength, and our cadence. Our cadence roars. Putting yourself out there, you'll always be a target, no matter who you are. But just remember to move, bob, and then stand. Stand on your morals. I'm every woman, and every woman is in me. I am you. I am you. I am you. Put a tissue to my eye, and then we all got to fly. Guns blazing, knowing that we can be whoever in the hell we want to be. Why not? So I'm gonna be me. Free of that black hole, the black hole that tries to suck us in, and they'll have no choice but to see who and the hell we want and allow them to see. Voices of your ancestors are calling, reminding you to share your gifts with the world. Don't allow fear of what some may say or some may do or how they may look at you imprison your voice like a caged bird, broken wing that can't heal, won't fly free, bound by the undetectable cables. that won't emancipate the writh of your instrument and allow you to blow, blow, leaving it untouched like the lonely flute in the corner of the resale store, just dusty, lackluster. It takes shapes. Doubt unfolds. Acidic tears burn upon your skin as they mix in with the blends of Maybelline that you wear. But you'll still hear whispers of the ancestors. What you crying for, child? What you crying for? Withered were your leaves, but baby, seasons change. There's no idle years here. There's still work left to be done. So loosen all your chains and ailment of pain. Freedom reigns. Conduct of your frame doesn't stay the same. So no worries of the lessons learned. Pull up your bootstraps and firmly on the ground you'll stand steadfast from the storms, the winds that are raging against your feet, and all of those still moments. You'll hear the whispers of your ancestors. Soar, blackbird, soar. That's that piece.
Oh, what an ending. It's yeah, so encouraging and empowering from the very first line, Gifted. And the emotion that you and the cadence of your recitals just so convey the message.
Thank you.
It's God, I love you both. I love listening to your work. It's just now you tell me how somebody listening to that cannot find that bit of encouragement when there's nothing else, when they're in their last straw.
I hope so. That's the goal.
There's no that beyond the shadow of doubt, Gifted. Beyond the shadow of doubt.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you so much.
the communities, the schools, the groups are in your area, in that Cincinnati, Ohio area. So those kids are so fortunate to have you in their presence. They really are.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate your kind words.
It's deserving every bit of it. You are definitely remarkable. I can remember the first time I've heard you share, and it's always been so grand. It's like just so powerful. Your expression, and then the words behind it. Yeah, I love being in your energy.
Thank you. Right back at you.
Phenomenal. Yep. So, before you get into your piece, Mr. Witz, how far is the commute between where you live in Cincinnati and you're in Charlotte, North Carolina?
7 hours, 46 minutes, and 37 seconds.
In driving?
Yes, indeed. Yes.
And how about flight? Is that quicker in case of an emergency? Is it quicker at the flight or?
Yes, it's
back
always
in the
quicker
day,
to fly.
it used to be. Sorry.
Say that again.
I said back in the day, it used to be a quick flight, but nowadays, not so much.
Oh.
With all the delays and cancellations and layovers.
Yeah,
it's been, yeah.
Yeah, the screw-overs that we've been getting systemically have definitely influenced travel.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, living right down in the southern hemisphere here, it takes me forever to get to any other part of the world. Like whenever I come to the US, it's been like about over 30 hours of commuting. Right?
Wow. Oh wow, 30 hours. Okay, I won't complain anymore.
And that's
Right.
why. Yeah, so yeah, I live sometimes it's literally 30, 32 hours from the time I leave my door before I get into a door of a hotel or something. It's crazy. Europe's the same. If I was to go to the UK, I'm looking at about 27 hours something of commute. So yeah, but Mr. Witt, stage is yours.
Okay. I'm going to share something that's new.
Get
It doesn't.
naked.
Yes, get naked,
Mhm.
baby. Doesn't want to seem to stay open for a minute.
Uh-oh.
I wrote this piece because it reflects my older self,
Mm,
and the journey that I've come through. I wasn't always a humble spirit.
mm.
Um, I've done many of things that I regret, but the
Yeah.
beauty in it all is that I survived it. I
Yes.
survived myself. Forgive me, my computer's acting crazy. I don't know why it's doing this. But I survived my own madness graciously. So now I can be that much more for my community.
Yeah.
Lord.
Indeed.
Okay, give me a minute. My computer's being stupid.
Don't take your time.
Indeed.
While you're looking for that, I'll just say, as you know, with this show, it's not about I just create the vessel, the medium. It's about where excuse me. It's all
Okay.
about the featured guest and what you want to showcase to the world of yourself. So feel free to go in any direction you like. This is about featuring the two of you and
Yeah.
your skills and who you are as people to the world. I'm just providing a means. That's all it is. So feel free to share what you wish. And
Are you ready, Mr. Witz?
Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, because I was
Honestly,
going to show the book.
go ahead,
Okay.
show it.
I want to make sure that we show the book. I'm so proud of this book. This is Phased by an Impressionable Moon. This is the book that Mr. Witz and myself collaborated on. And it just really tells the story of us watching the moon in two different cities, but somehow coming together to write poetry and write about the moon that we see and the love that we have, not only for the moon, but for one another. So just wanted to showcase that.
Now, I'm going to make a liar out of myself. I've just finished saying that you can take this show wherever you like to go, but I need to hear some pieces from that somewhere along the show from that book, all right?
Okay.
Yeah. Indeed, we will. Indeed, we will. Normally, when I'm in her space, um, it's hard for me to. I'm not even going to say hard. It's open of me to show her affection. So I'm almost always drooling over her, in some form or fashion through my expression. But I know sometimes that can be a hint of overwhelming to the viewers. Um, but that's my baby, and I'm not afraid to love her out loud and in person. So,
Amen. Amen.
That's so
all right.
beautiful. Every soul searches for in their life, right? Where you can love without fear, where you can love being you, where you can not have to be somebody else and still
Yes.
be loved in return. That's what we all search for, right?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do this piece. Um, Funny thing, I wrote it in the impression of the Incredible Hulk. So for all those who are familiar with that character, whether it be animated or film or whatever, hopefully you can resonate with this experience. But this is a piece of me. It's called Anger Without Direction. Some say every day above ground is a good one. I say every day of compressed anger spares another life. Very few know what it's like to have to isolate yourself, to keep from overreacting. When a passion inside you is a disaster waiting to happen, a volcanic eruption of your blood-boiling veins. Psychological chess matches keep the inflation of my chest from poking out. Purposely frailing my appearance in attempts to get through another week. No one appreciates the strength it takes to contain myself more than me. The apartment my mental resides in is meager, weak floorboarding with holes in the walls. What it means to keep a roof over your head takes days of condescending thought. I've torn sheetrock out, bare-knuckled brick, left sky viewing through the ceiling. Intoxicated off of being a madman no one wants to drink with. Anger without direction destroys your own home at first. I try to remember that before I lose control. So I sit refs in a room short of air as a precautionary tactic. Avoiding confrontation while being one self-control has neglected is diabolical. Rage baits behind my eyes like a brute in my base. So I keep all others back from fishing out their own in danger. The least I can do is suppress my aggression, starve myself from owning my own enmity. It's my one true contribution to our society, warring myself in privacy. So I destroyed every relationship I got involved with till I was left to sort through my own wretched belongings. I've come to realize anger without direction destroys your own home at first. And who am I to inflict disposition upon the rest of the world?
Yes, yes, yes.
So many powerful lines in there. The first two lines, like, you're right, most of us look in gratitude for every day above ground, but then the reverse of that coin is every day of suppressed anger, one less person gets hurt. I mean, that is phenomenal. That is a sentiment on its own that somebody could pin on their mirror and remind themselves of on a daily basis. And passion's an amazing thing, right? Passion can drive us to good things, but passion can drive us to disasters as well, and you say capture that like is a disaster just waiting to happen, whereas a good passion, like the passion for what that you both have for your creative arts, for supporting your communities, I mean, that's a good passion, but when it's not with good direction or intention, it can be disastrous. The power of your work. I mean, even a couple of days ago, Mr. Witz, I heard you share that piece on LG's that 11/11 project. That was
Oh,
phenomenal. Like the power of your pieces and the delivery is just like you hold that right cadence where that gives sufficient time for each line to sink in. You know,
yeah.
I realize when you're performing in a competition and all that, you've got to, have keep that rhyme and rhythm and those bars flowing. But I miss a lot of the lines when I'm following that because but on a live like this where you can just go at that cadence, letting each line sink in. I've been on your lives for a few years now, Mr. Witz, and heard your recitals, and I've never failed to feel the depth of the message within your work.
Yes.
Praise
Yeah.
be to the Most High, brother. We are all just an instrument delivering the message. So, I'm always blessed to say I received it, and I know it's not mine to keep. So that's why
Yeah.
I do my best diligence to make sure that it's received by
Mm.
whoever may be listening. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've truly rerouted myself in this life though, and I'm gracious for it because when I was young, I lived frivolous. I didn't feel the need of responsibility. I didn't have children in my youthful age. Uh,
Mm.
though I come from a big family, I really lived selfishly because there were so many opportunities that I could have lost my life. And back then, I didn't think that whatever happened to me affect
Thanks.
everyone
Yeah.
that loved me. You
Yeah.
know, so through time, I grew, I educated myself, and I developed a better understanding.
Mm.
I resonate with that so much, Mr. Witz. My first child, my oldest child, was born when I was 1 month short of 37. And until then, I lived a very reckless life. As I said, I had no fear of tomorrow, so I lived to the fullest. Even I look back, I think, what sort of crazy risk did you take and all that? But I had that faith in me, and I had that faith in people above watching me that I lived. And I don't have any regrets because I think a lot of who I am today and the value I place on people and the value I place on life is part of that recklessness that I lived. If
Yeah,
you're not,
you have to experience life in order to
yeah,
know what it means to live. Like, if you've been
Yeah.
bottled up when I don't want to point fingers at anything or anyone, but they say when you're youthful and all you know is spirituality as far as religion goes, is,
Mm.
church, 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 Bible, Bible, Bible. When you get older, you run from that.
mm,
And then you get out and you start living, and then you start to actually make the mistakes of life. The life
Mm.
lessons are learned within the experience. There's only so much you can do through a word. So one of my biggest phrases is prayer without motion is just crying out loud.
Mm.
So you
Yeah.
have to pray on it, and then you have to be the action that brings that faith forward.
Mm. Love that. I love that.
yeah. Look, I couldn't argue any more with that at all. I couldn't dispute that at all because I mean that's how I live my life. I resonate so much with that part. Look, I think once my son moved out and became independent, in some ways that recklessness came back into my life a bit. I started because now I had no. Once I saw him standing on his feet and captaining his little ship quite independently, quite capably,
Yeah.
I said, well, I can close my eyes because I know I've set him on solid ground. He can sail through any rough waters on his own. So now it was, again, I don't have anybody to be that responsible for. So it was that that wild side does still come out in me a bit, even though I'm a bloody old man. As I said, one foot in the grave, the other on a banana peel. I should be calming the hell down, but sometimes you forget, right? It's when you've lived one way, but I think the important part is learning from each experience. That's probably the key thing, right? From every trial, from every tribulation, from every wild act you've done, from every crazy risk you've taken, long as you learn from it and can share that wisdom, I think then nothing's wasted.
Absolutely.
I'm quite happy to fall in a hole, but I hate falling in the same hole twice.
Oh, yes.
Say that. Say that. Say that. I love that.
Means I didn't learn something from that fall.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know, so yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's just how it hits you. Like, you know, you revisit those mistakes until you learn from them. You
Yeah.
know, and hopefully it doesn't kill you before you learn. But even in that experience, someone learns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to remember there's always somebody watching you, whether they come and pull your coattail and say, hey, you know, sir, ma'am, you know, I appreciate watching you. I've learned so much from you. Or
Yeah.
if they just watch from a distance and never said a word, it's still a life lesson being taught through
And
your
yeah.
experiences.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. We're all example for someone.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I think a bad lesson can be just as add just as much value as a good lesson, you know, just like a bad experience can teach you as much, often more than even a good experience, you know.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
true. So true. So true.
It's so and I think you got to experience the bottom of the barrel to know what the top feels like. Otherwise, it's meaningless, right?
Yeah.
It's meaningless. So yeah. Now, before we run out of time, and tell me about this Port Charlotte project that you and so many were involved in, and you're getting so many well-deserved accolades for, Mr. Witz.
Oh, we're talking about the Black Charlotte project?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking. I'm gonna share this and then we're gonna go to Gifted because I feel like I'm running my mouth a bit. But anyway, the Black Charlotte album is a phenomenal collaboration that I've been blessed to be part of. It's myself and 14 other artists. One of them graciously being my brother, who is also the co-producer of the album. Um, it's a history lesson
Mm.
because it was it was designed around the history of Charlotte from the
Mm.
Black experience. Because a lot of our culture, as in most parts of the world, has either been whitewashed or manipulated to believe that it was non-existent. So the things that we speak about is our neighborhoods that were erased, our courageousness to stand up during times of social injustice, you know, and then our influence, period, within all forms of creation, specifically artistry, because we are artists. So it was a beautiful project to be a part of. We were in the runnings for a Grammy nomination. The names did come out, and unfortunately, we didn't get it. But it doesn't take away from the power of what we did um,
Yeah.
to, as one entity. You know what I mean? For 15 different minds to come together and create such a
Yeah.
powerful, impacting project is something that hasn't happened before. Not on this scale, and the reward is in our togetherness. No uh, trophy or recognition could ever replace that.
Mm. Mm. So true. So true.
I think the very fact that it was nominated is a big thing. The outcome, only one person can win, right? Or two people can win any competition, but the nomination to get.
We were in the runnings for the nomination. We didn't actually get the nomination. Um, I can't think of how many projects were promoted within this genre to be in the
Right.
race, but I think it was only like 5 projects that were selected. So just being in that conversation is beautiful. But again, the work is more weighted than anything we could put on our show.
Yeah, yeah. So is the album all music, or some music, some poetry, or poetry with music backing, or?
Great question. Originally, the project was all poetry. Then there was a collaboration made with an artist known as Tony Teaspoon, who is an engineer who travels with Anthony Hamilton. And every track on that album was specifically designed behind the voices of the poetry. So he heard the poems and he created the music. Then we went to the studio and laid the poetry on top of the music. So it was never just, it wasn't originally designed to be an album, but it became that.
That's phenomenal. That's awesome. And it's available on the market globally?
Yes, it's on all streaming platforms. I think I want to say it's either Spotify or Apple Music, one of them that is not on. But pretty much you can find it on all streaming platforms.
Oh, nice. Congratulations to everybody involved. And
yes, thank you.
Coach Jar is always quite fastidious and quite professional in whatever he does, and yourself, I can imagine the quality of it must be phenomenal.
Yes, we have a show coming up next Wednesday, and we'll be performing live with a 25-piece symphony. And this is something that's kind of unheard of within the poetry community. So again, we're doing something that's historical, and this will be our second time performing in a theater that's here known as the Carolina Theater, that at one point in history never allowed for melanated people to be in the building, let alone performing on the stage. So we made history earlier this year by being one of the first acts to actually perform and do poetry at that on the stage in this building. So to revisit a second time with a 25-piece symphony is again history in the making.
That is so hard for people in my end of the world to even begin to grasp that in this day and age. Hell, we're talking is 2025, right? That in this day and age, that it's only recently that people of color could perform in a theater. That it's unfathomable. Sometimes to me, it thinks you got to be kidding, right? This is a joke. This is not serious.
Yeah. This is the world we live in. You know, unfortunately, but we're breaking barriers. We're knocking walls down every day. Our impression is undeniable, and we won't go quiet. You know, so we won't go quiet.
Yeah. Gifted, would you like to share something, Gifted?
Oh, sure. Sure. I'm just, again, congratulations to Mr. Witz. I'm always in awe of his work.
That's an understatement. That really is.
Yeah. All right, so this is again from our collection, Phased by an Impressionable Moon, and this is called Our Glow. Now, keep in mind, in all of these poems, we're talking about the moon, right? This is our glow. I wanted to kiss your lips. From the moment I saw the wonderful, pure chemistry of our glow. The way you seem to stand at awareness of your charm, chest out, shoulders back, commanding everyone's attention. To salute your beauty with our eyes. The distance keeps my lips at bay, to only imagine how it would be to softly plant them against yours and feel the warmth of your design. I'm completely, utterly captivated by the impression of your imprint on the world, belonging to none, yet giving to all, shaping the energy of our and my emotions with each phase of your light. Birthing dreams, fears, and hope, ebb and tide to our spiritual connection. And I need to kiss you over and over and over again for the radiance of your celestial, divine, and glow.
What happens when two supernovas just come together, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's heartwarming, it's encouraging, and should
Thank you.
inspire that such love is out there.
Yeah.
When the
Yes.
time is right, it will come. Right. So,
Often I target her. I'm not afraid to say I love making her face red. But she got me tonight. Tonight she has me blushing.
I like that.
now I think it's only fair that we hear a piece from you from that book, Mr. Witz.
Also, let me pull something up real quick. The expression of the book, like she says, is done in light of the moon.
Yeah.
What made that so special for us is because we both have a fascination with the sky, and we've shared the sky with each other. This is what it looks like where I'm at right now, and vice versa. And in that romance, poetry came behind the photography.
Yeah.
And after so much of it, our conversation became that this is bigger than us.
Yeah.
And we don't not only have to, but we need to share it with the world.
Yeah. Wow.
So these are our own pictures of the moon, all of these in the book and the cover. Yeah.
Now, mind you, they're camera phone pictures, so we don't have the resolution that we would have loved to have. But to keep everything organic, we didn't want to portray anything other than our truth. Yeah. So we gave you all our 100% experience.
That's that authenticity again, right? Which you two are renowned for and win hearts. Besides, on top of your amazing words, that authenticity is gives reality to your words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is one of my expressions, and I literally wrote this to her in Mirror of the Moon, but this is for my baby. This piece is entitled, Last Night I Left the Stars On For You. Last night I left the stars on for you. Those petals of celestials trailed in the sky. I've constellated to connect to the glare in your eyes in hopes that you'd accompany me with your moon again. The plump of your round that leaves soap suds zealous in their slide off your bubble. The pearl amongst sand grains across the space between outer and earth awaits your time-kept blink to see. And I'm standing for your ovation. So the illumination residing inside your aura, I've replicated to imitate you in the sky. Did you see them out there, attempting to shine, with the intention of reminding you how beautiful you are? When we are too far to reach each other, and only our imaginations can pull us together, trapped in remembering our last lap around the sun has me gazing for the stars. And I wonder, do you drift away at times too? Travel the sky, losing your sight in the blue. So I've breadcrumbed the path and hoped you'd find harmony. Am I away from you? You'd still see God in me, without losing faith that we'd find heaven on a blanket of clouds again. So here I am in my pledge, an offering of the sky bed, so you can show me around the cosmos again. And I can remind you why gravity is lifted. Upside down thank yous are in revisions. I'm looking over the clouds to chase a way back where I can see you coming. In my reassessment, I risk channel length circles in the pools of your sea, knowing if I never ever learn to swim, you'll float me off my feet, will never allow me to drown. I am leaped over the sunset with my head in the clouds. Last night, I left the stars on for you in hopes that you'd accompany me with your moon again.
So beautiful, Mr. Witz, and you're right. You should, when something is right, when something is authentic, the words just flow, and you can just share it with. You can stand in the middle of the world and yell it out for the whole world to hear, right? And I am so happy that you both found each other. I really am, because when two authentic, beautiful souls can unite, together they are two bright, shining stars that can do so much, but together it's one so much more luminosity to shed that light, to shed that love, to shed that wisdom throughout the world.
Yeah, thank you.
It definitely wasn't ours to keep. And I feel that way about all the poetry. Well, it's all inspiration, and it's our duty to inspire each other to be great
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. It gives faith that the universe does what's right, you know, like it really does, and bringing you two together. As I said, on your own, independently, you do so much, but together you can do so much more. Your light shines so much brighter, you know. And
Thank you.
Mr. Witz, for people like us who live that through our foundational years, where we live that solitary path, it's very easy to get used to being an island unto yourself, but
Mhm.
be able to give
Mhm.
of yourself,
Thank you.
share your life with somebody else, with a kindred spirit, with a kindred soul, somebody who reflects reflects even more of your individuality, of your beauty within, and gifted vice versa. I think that's beautiful. Because sometimes we get stuck in hurts of the past or disappointments or failures of the past, and we say it's hard to give. Or when we give, we don't give so much. We hold back so much of
Yeah.
it,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and that in itself takes strength, and it takes faith in the divine, faith in the universe, faith in ourselves, belief in ourselves that we can do that.
Yes. Yeah.
You
True.
know,
Not always easy, but true.
I am
Um,
to have that my paths crossed paths with you both. I really am blessed for that.
Thank you. Thank
Likewise,
you.
brother. Likewise.
And
You
thank you
know.
for having us, for even
Yeah.
asking us to be a part of this platform, and to share our work, and, and revisit, something that was so special to us. So, thank you. Thank you.
As I said to you when I featured you each individually, I think Mr. Witz was on one of our first or second shows or something like that, and I've been going for over 2 years now, 2.5 years or something.
Yeah.
Episode 63. So, as I said to you, that
Wow.
was not the first, and it's not the last. Same, I'm saying this is not the last episode. You are both so active, and you do so much. Please, as you have any projects coming up that you'd like to expose to the world, reach out to me and say, hey, Rainier, I've got this happening. Love to come on your show and talk about it. My door's always open to the featured guests that I'll bring on. If you've got a new book coming on, if you've got a new project like the Black Charlotte, anything like that, Mr. Witz Gifted, please, reach out to me. As you know, I try to book I've got a bad case of OCD. I'm normally, LG laughs her head off because I'm booked up for like a couple of months ahead, and I've got my flyers all ready. That's why I've hounded pictures booking. I've already started taking bookings for next year. I booked my first person
Thank
for the first show next year on the 6th of February. That's how much
Oh,
OCD.
wow. And you have to
Wow.
forgive me. I was on the road. I had several shows in California. And it was daunting. And I was trying to do this. I was just moving and also traveling. So yeah, please forgive me for disrupting your process.
There is nothing to forgive, Gifted, nothing to forgive. I know life gets busy, and in your lives you're both busy. And as Mr. Witt said, you got 7 hours
Mr. Gifted, I
in
like
that
that.
3 second drive to
Yes,
go.
you can call me that too. I like that. You can call me Mr.
Mr.
Gifted.
Gifted.
The well, he's gifted. You both are gifted, right? The so no, none at all. But please do remember, if you've got things coming on, let
Absolutely.
you got on, like you've got a new book coming on, right? Ripples, right? Upcoming
Yes,
Ripples.
just ripples.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes, definitely.
please, as you know, that's about to drop. Reach out to me saying this is Irenia, this is going to drop in March, so I can lock you in now to bring you on, and we can just talk about and feed about that show, that book, and same as you, Mr. Witz. I'm sure with 11 projects, I'm sure you'd have a 12th one lurking in the background as a project there. Please,
I have
Yeah.
I I'm excited about what's been going on with my journey. Was it in a conversation to um push myself to be present now, but I feel
Yeah.
like creativity doesn't rush. It's calm. It's like it's sometimes it's molasses, and then other times
Right.
it's water, you know. So it has to be whatever it is within the moment. But for myself, I have 5 projects that I'm working on all simultaneously. So within the first 2, maybe 3 months of the year, I'm going to release all 5 projects.
Yeah. So
Awesome. Awesome.
with any of those projects as they're about to drop, or let me know, reach out when you know you've got a target date or a date, you've got a date feel free to reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to showcase whatever work you guys are doing, because I think there's many people in many corners of the world that can benefit from your work, from your words, right?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
Praise
so
be
much.
to the Most High. Yes.
So always feel free to let me know, and my door's always open to,
Thank you so much. If you don't mind, I want to close with a compliment piece that Mr. Witz read. So in the book, each one had like a compliment, or like, almost like a call and response. Like, his said this, mine said that. So I want to read the one. Thank you.
you're not going to get
Yeah.
away that easy. We've still got about 35 minutes to go, so you're not going anywhere in a hurry. So because the show,
Oh, I thought we were ending. I'm so
no,
sorry.
not at all. The show goes for 2 hours. I used to go even 2.5 hours, 3 hours, right?
Oh,
With
okay.
Instagram, because I download the archive and I use that for the YouTubes. Once they started doing 4 and 8K resolution, anything after 2 hours, the video loses sound and things. Then I've got to do screen recordings, and it's not too good. So I keep the shows to just under 2 hours. We've been going for 1 hour and 22 minutes. So we've still got a lot of talk to do. So you're not going
Okay.
to just
All
let
Well,
me
right.
we're
know.
here for it. We are here for it. Mhm.
So, but please do share, and but it's if you want to leave that for the closing piece, leave it and share something else, but don't be in a hurry to. I'd really we did a lot of
No,
talking. We
I'm
could
sorry. I thought we were closing. I just want.
look.
I'll share it now. Okay. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rainier.
I can talk to you two till the cows come home, right? I can be talking to you. So I'm happy to just zip my mouth and let you just share pieces that you want to with the world to show you your work. I've done a lot of talking. We've done a lot of talking, and we could keep talking, but I don't want to deny the audience or the people that could watch the replays of this. Consequently, it's been interesting in the last 6 months or so. I'm finding people watching these episodes almost 2 months later when they get the time, which is great. Like normally
Right.
Yes,
it goes off
that
your
is.
feed. So
Awesome.
the stage is for both of you. Go crazy sharing your work.
Oh gosh. Okay. So this piece complements the piece that Mr. Witz previously did. And it's called Closest to God. I feel closest to God when I stare in the crevices of your eyes. Who am I to experience the beauty of his creation? But I do. I see the magnificent shine of your aura. It pours down on me and the world like a hot shower rinsing off the dirt, renewing the essence of my soul. Imperfection slowly, slowly twinkling down your magnificent aura and beauty, melting down the drain as we're all renewed with each glance of your captivating charm. Coming to the rescue of those in distress, liberating the bind of those that may be bewildered, or have sleepless nights. Long shadows heighten the splendor of your lunar landscape, giving me secrets of the night, rocking me into this calm lullaby that you do oh so well. I felt closest, God, when I'm near you. I feel closest to God when I stare in your wonderful dreaminess and sleepless nights. No more. You calm me. You give me peace. Drifts upon my heart with a steadiness of morning light. Good night, my love. Good night and sweet dreams of your wondrous mistakes I'll always seek.
Oh, I'm stuck for words, Gifted. To me, love is the foundation of everything we do in this human journey. Even somebody stealing something steals for a love of something, misguided though it might be, but it's still, we get up each day for the love of something. We go to work, love of our lives, to support the love of that lifestyle. Love comes,
Right.
everything I do in my life is founded on love of something. And then the love for another beyond the self, where that self can, the other, you can see the reflection of the self in another. There's nothing more beautiful in life. There's nothing more that one can be gifted with through a journey in life. It's priceless. Money can't buy that. And your words in each of the pieces you've both been reciting in that, describing your journey. It's so beautiful. It really is. It's one-sided love. It's that perfect reflection, the two sides of the perfect coin.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's remarkable that you say that. When you speak of reflection, when you think of the moon, you think of the sun, obviously the sun and the moon, with the sun being the masculine and the moon being the feminine, right? But what's remarkable about the moon has a masculine and feminine persona. So again, as the moon being a representative of woman and also the reflection of the sun. But when you think of the face of the moon, as the term goes, it's the man in the moon.
Yes.
So you have that double entendre, which allowed us to play with the energy of the concept of what we were staring at as we shared those spaces with each other, or those memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm very attached to the moon because I'm ruled by the moon. I'm a Cancerian. When the full moon's around, I'm like a pincushion. With a pin, you could just, I'm so super sensitive during the time of the full moon.
Yeah.
And near water. So what I make sure that I don't let myself be caught with somebody near water on a full moon, because they ask me for the world.
Wow.
Can't say no, because so I make sure I'm
Oh shoot.
Listen, don't get yourself in no trouble.
no. So
Right.
Don't tell all your secrets.
So no, and I really love the whole concept of the book, and as you said, you write about your journey together from your unique perspectives of the moon, where your location. That I love that whole concept. That is, Dennis, no cancer in the house. Yeah, super sensitive. You are right, Dennis. You are right, my friend. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome.
So have you got any both of you, have you got any big projects that are like in your schoolwork or in your with the businesses, organizations? Have you got any big events? You're saying you've been traveling a lot, Gifted. Have you got a lot coming up in 2026?
So, um, I really hope to be Ohio's Poet Laureate in 2026. That is my hope. I have
Speak it.
applied.
Speak it into existence. Yes.
So my goal is to travel a lot more in 2026, especially in that role, exposing so many more people to poetry and literature and the love of words. So that's my goal for 2026. Right now, I had to do the trip to California, and I'll be going to Charlotte next week, of course, but that's for Mr. Witz. But I had to kind of put all that on pause because we're getting ready for the Poetry Out Loud competition with our youth programs. So right now, I am working with the different schools throughout Southwest Ohio, and coaching and getting them ready for the national competition. So that's what I'm doing now, and also running a food pantry. So
All right.
so yeah, I'm through the holidays, and until January, I'm kind of locked in here. So
Yeah.
So
Tell me, you mentioned a out loud poetry competition. Where is that held, in your area or in Charlotte?
um uh no the National Poetry Out Loud competition is held in Washington, D.C.
Right, right, okay.
Mm-hmm. So
I
what
was
happens
blessed
is
to be.
we'll have. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Witz.
No, 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 no. Go ahead.
We have local competitions here throughout the course of about 4 months. So we started in August, but we're now starting to really ramp up. So local organizations and schools have been having their, school competitions. Then we'll go to our state competition where Mr. Witz joined me last year, um, and then from there, our winners will go to the national competition in Washington, D.C.
Wow. Yeah.
to represent Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
That's
took the words out of my mouth. I was going to speak on that experience of how blessed I was to be in the presence of the youth and seeing how their work shine um, through the influence of you all. And it was
Yeah.
beautiful. It was beautiful to be there during that visit and
Yeah.
see that amazing work, which is why I commend you on so many levels. Like, again, from the influence that you have on the youth to the unforgettable reminder of how important our elders are
Yeah.
within the give back that you have um,
Thank you.
in rewarding them, making sure that they're fed, making sure that they have the transportation, that the needs that are being tugged at through the systemic government
Yeah.
influence. And we forget how we got to where we are today when we forget
Yeah.
about those who came before us. So
Amen. For sure.
I love you for everything that you pour into the community. I feel
Thank
like
you.
saving the world starts one community at a time, and you
Yeah.
are doing God's work, truly.
Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that.
No, we
I was
thank you.
thinking.
We thank you for being that. It's
yes.
more than the
Yeah.
words. You are it. You are it.
Thank
But
you.
that's also another thing that you two have in common, right? Because Mr. Witz, you too run a lot of workshops and outreach programs and all to nurture young poets and encourage their poetic expression.
I've been in some rooms. I would like to be more involved. I've been in some rooms through the Guerrilla Poets community. I was able to be in. Uh, I don't want to say the name of their, but their outreach youth program and influence underprivileged youth
Yeah.
to be voiceful, to be proud, to just be in this world. Because again, we forget how important love is. The only way back to God is through love. And when you're not receiving love on a regular basis, whether it be words of encouragement or it be a physical hug, that absence can turn your heart cold. And I think our duty through that foundation is to make sure that we remind them the importance of who they are now and who they will be as they continue to grow.
Yes. Look, I think as I said before, individually you're a powerhouse on your own on what you bring to the people around you. So together, my goodness, I mean, whether it's through travels or whether it's a center like a poetry arts center that you two run or something, my goodness, the universe has so much potential for you to.
Yeah, thank you.
It's almost selfish to have you in one location where one community benefits, where it'll be great to open those doors where you could be traveling all over, sharing the love, your wisdom, your work with wider than that community, their immediate community. But one has to feed oneself and live life too, right? But you never know.
Right.
So you believing in that award, the Poet Laureate Award for your area, and then also keep believing in that where you two get that opportunity to go traveling, sharing, and all everything that you bring to this world.
Yeah. We had the opportunity to do, to travel, because we did shows in Charlotte, but we had the opportunity earlier this year to travel to California together to do a show, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Amazing.
Well, if ever, I've done a couple of trips to the States, but I haven't got one planned for the immediate future. But next time I am over there, I hope I can make it at a time where both of you are in the one place, and I'll get the opportunity to meet you both together.
That would be nice.
You know,
that would be great.
That would be nice.
Because I've got I'd love that opportunity just to spend time with you. As I said, I could talk to you two for days, and just to feel your energy in close proximity. That would be phenomenal. That really would.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'm trying to see if I could put together. I'm sorry. Go ahead, love.
I was just saying thank you. And actually, while you talk and do your piece, I'm going to step away really quickly. I just need to call my daughter, make sure she's okay, and let her know we're going to 9, because I had told her, she's away at college, so I just need to make sure she's okay. She's had a rough week. I will be right back. Keep talking. I can hear you. I'll be right back.
Send my love. Let her know that was asking and thinking about her.
I will. I'll be right back.
Okay, love. Yeah, that woman right there, she does something else to me. Like I said, I've come from a big family, so through that experience, I know I had a duty to be more than a self-driven individual. Before my existence, my aunts and uncles ran a community center within their neighborhood with no fundings or support. They put something like this together to where they taught One of my uncles taught martial arts. Several of my aunts were influenced in the academics, where they was teaching grammar, mathematics. I want to say science, but it was three major subjects, to my knowledge, that they were empowering the youth within their community with. And as that energy grew, the government came in and took over it with funding that they didn't have. So unfortunately, that's how they washed the community and took the power out of their hands. It's been an ongoing journey. The American dream is to make sure that they wash away all our efforts to be great. But we have to remember that beginning, those humble beginnings, and we can do it again. We can't ever get to the point where we feel like we're powerless, when there's so much in us that has influenced the very existence of this infrastructure that we stand on. You know, so I know it was ordained, not just for myself, but for my family to do something more impactful. But I know a lot of us got lost in the world, especially when you come from not having the simple things in life, food, proper shelter, proper clothing, to becoming an adult and attaining these things for yourself. You can find that selfishness in you. You can find that now that I have it, I don't want to let it go, because you never know what it felt like. And that's what love is. Like, you don't want to lose love. And if you've never felt love, once you get it, you don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share this piece.
Yeah.
This is called Public Shows of Affection. It's from an upcoming book. I remember when holding hands with you was something you'd reach out for. When walking side by side wasn't enough, and my arm over your shoulder made a heart shape of our casted shadow. I could feel your aura, energizing mine with a positive charge. Back then, nothing could unlock the googly in our eyes. The stars in your vision made the birds sing in their fluttering around my head. And my heartbeat sped to the percussion, the music, their fluting wings would sound. Our lip locking tastes like love. Your embrace smells like summer springing. I'm sprung off of your jackpot like a pinball inside of a love machine. I don't need any fortune teller to aware me how lucky I am. There's a rainbow ribboning the sky, arching down onto you. So when I grab your ass, squeeze your breast, or pull you from the back close to me, it's more than my need for your kiss. It's written in my terms of endearment. I don't care who's paying us attention when we're expressing public shows of affection. The only thing I care about is your being in the scene with me.
Absolutely beautiful and absolutely well spoken and well said. There's so many, even in this day and age, there's so many males who are so hesitant or shy to just show public affection. Hell, you're feeling it inside of you. Why the hell not show it to the world? What are you worried about some dumbass next door worried with some opinion? You feel it living, you know, like, so, yeah.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, so true.
You know, I've always loved out loud. In those moments that I found it. But I can honestly say I've taken love for granted in a younger self. While some people find their love of their life in their childhood experiences, love awaits us all. And when you find it, it's like finding God.
It is because God is love, right? The whole foundation of creative sources. And it is through that finding, through that love within us, is how we find that completeness, that fulfillment, that enlightenment.
Yeah. So true. Shout out to Wordplay. I haven't seen you in forever. I just want to say hey out loud and
Let's give some
acknowledge.
love to the people in the audience because you can never take for granted those who show up for you.
Amen.
So yes, it's great to
So
see you,
true.
Wordplay. Good to see you. Shout out to Erica, Brooklyn in the house. Shout out to M.A. Dennis, Brandy. I see you, love. You know, Caroline, Creative Corner. Thank you for being here. Yes, Kendra. It's beautiful to see these faces show up and support you. Yeah, if I miss anybody, please don't be remiss. Know that we love you all.
I was just about to say, I didn't want to name names because I didn't want to miss anybody. I don't know if you got the nature of Ash. Sir Lawrence was also here and complicated that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I didn't want to start naming people because I didn't want to forget nobody. But hey, y'all.
Yeah, but you have to let them know recognition is important. I think sometimes when it's not poured back into one another, you empty yourself out. Just being present, and it costs nothing. It costs nothing to celebrate each other in any space. So we have to make sure that we continue to be that.
Amen.
I always say that the audience helps the featured guest to give so much more of themselves. Their support, their encouragement, their questions, their comments really help. Otherwise, it's like talking to a wall, right? Without the audience's support and love, it's hard to give off yourself. And I'm fortunate I've got, people like Tom DeSaro, Days, they're here every week. Miss Betty.
Oh, we didn't see Miss Betty. Yeah.
She normally pops in. Erica's in and out, so I'm fortunate these people are there week in, week out, and they help give so much of.
Thank you.
And it's really hard. So,
Thank you.
And like for a day, she's like, when the show started, it was 1 a.m. for her. So now it's nearly 3 a.m. And every week she's there, like supporting the guests and.
Those sacrifices are so important. Like the one thing in life we can never get back is time.
Yes.
So when someone gives you their time, like they've given you their most valuable commodity in life.
Yeah.
And you have to you'd be remiss not to let them know how important that is.
And many of these have been featured on the show somewhere along the line, like Tom has, and Erica was. I haven't had Nature of Ash on yet, but I have spoken to her before, but then that fell by the wayside. So Ash,
Yeah.
like I love her work, and yeah, it's just so many. We're so fortunate. I
Mhm.
love so many people on this community, and people who are there for the right reasons as well.
Yes, yes, so true, so
Not
true,
Yeah,
not
so
yeah.
just to
true,
feed their own egos, but to give off themselves.
so true.
It's Gifted and Mr. Witz, to say these last hour and 50 minutes have been a pleasure is an understatement. It's been an honor.
It has been.
And honestly, I think whoever is in need at the right time will see and get to hear the words that you've shared today, the wisdom, through the discussions, through the poetry you shared. I hope that whoever needs to hear what they need at the right time can hear and if he can, through this, if it can save one life, well, it's a good investment of a few hours of my time, and you know,
So
because
true, so true.
you guys do so much, you know how much work goes behind the scenes. I can imagine your lives, workshops and so forth, and been running lives for forever. You know how much work goes in the back. So
Yeah.
it's worth it if it can uplift somebody, let alone saving a life. If you can uplift somebody through hearing one word that one of the guests have said, then that's good enough for me.
Oh, thank you so
Well
much.
said. Well said.
And as I said before, this is not the last time. Please reach out. My door's always open to you as you got things coming up, as you want to share or promote anything that you got to share with the world of things you got coming up. Please do reach out. There is no last. There is no, well, while I breathe, as I said
Listen,
before, when
I'm
other people,
gonna hold you to that. I will definitely reach
Yes,
out.
yes, definitely.
Uh, along the journey of the next five coming.
Yeah,
May not
absolutely.
be the first, may not be the last, but somewhere along that line, I'll make sure that I tap in with you and uh, hopefully be able to grace the platform again and um, share some energy.
the
Yeah.
when I post this, I'll add you both as collaborators, so you can add them to your page, this episode to your page if you like. And when I create the YouTube and the Spotify links, I'll share them with you. You can use them in any which way you like. It's yours to use
Thank you.
to help with whatever. So
Thank you, Rainier. We
I
appreciate you so
appreciate
much.
that so much.
Yeah,
thank you for both coming in here. Actually, this reminds me, a couple of years ago, I think it must have been when your journey first started. I think when we had Gifted, I think Jem and I, we were sort of teasing Gifted a bit, and we got into trouble. Remember that? We were teasing about Mr. Witz, and Miss Gifted was hiding behind a fan and all that. A couple of
I
years ago.
remember that.
well,
I
I,
remember that.
I
Uh,
love making this woman blush. It's something that I live for. Um, I mean, I think that's what love is, always reminding
Yeah,
each other how important that we are, right?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
never taking that for granted. Like, I think that's where relationships fail, when people start to take for granted the fact that you're going to be there. I'll
yeah,
roll over and you're going to be there. No, because anything could happen where God removes someone. So you have
Yeah,
to always make sure that you make that relationship feel like it just began yesterday. Love each other like yesterday, and
yeah,
the energy will
yeah.
never die.
that's very wise words, Mr. Witz, because
So
you don't
true.
tomorrow the sun will rise for any one of us, right? So you got to appreciate each other and treat each moment like it's the last you have. with that
That's
person,
right.
respect and
That's right.
appreciate.
Amen.
And the
So
other
true.
thing is for, you know, when you read so many pieces, and I get so many people sending me their poems each day, and it's all about crying for that loneliness, and I'm 35 years old, and I'm old, and am I going to find love? Hey, you're 35, you're just a kid out of school. You're right. When you
Come
get to
on.
my old age, 35, you're not even halfway there, right? So
Right, right,
Come on.
right.
uh, just know
Amen.
when love is meant to find you, you'll find it, and you're never too old for that love. You're like
So true.
age is just on your wrist, right?
Yeah,
So
so true.
don't torment yourself saying I'm nearly 40 and I haven't found love yet. Hell,
Yeah.
Right.
40 is just starting life, you know.
Right, right, right.
So yeah. So and
So
I think
true.
you both are a living example to reassure those people who are feeling like they're coming to that point on the shelf there, they're going to be left on the shelf. You're not, you know.
Yes. How long
McMichelle,
have we been together, Gifted?
you're never too old for love, right? McMichelle just said it exactly there.
Absolutely. 4 years, 4 years.
There you go. So
And I'll be 50 next year.
you
Ooh.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, like the way um the way I love this woman,
yeah.
um, out loud again.
That's, that's
You know,
beautiful.
it's it's important to me that she smiles like that.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know, and again, it's been 4 years, and I'm going on 50. I'm
Yeah.
using myself as the example to um, remind others that there's no specification on time that this is when it's
Right.
supposed to happen, you know.
Yeah.
And you live as long as you take care of yourself, unless there's
Yeah.
some unforeseen incident.
Yeah.
Um, but we have to remember that those that came before us were living into hundreds of years, you know,
Yeah.
and we're thinking that, oh my God, I'm going to die at 60. I'm going to die at 50. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Stop programming that shortage of life into your
Mm.
mentality, because what
Yeah.
you feed yourself is your diet. And if that's how you want to leave, you'll speak it into existence.
Yeah.
But if you want to live, feed that. Feed
Amen.
that.
Amen.
Geez, you guys are
Yeah.
making me feel old. I was 65 this year.
Listen, look,
Wow. Yeah, age is
my
just a
goal,
number. I really believe that. I truly believe that. It's just a number. And
yeah,
you really are the
The
age in which you feel, right? And the energy that you put out.
yes,
That's your
yes,
most
age.
friends say that I'm still as crazy as a cut snake. So, you know,
Absolutely.
the
yes, and congratulations
Oh,
in the comments.
congratulations.
Yes, yes, say that.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
I love that.
49 this
Oh,
year.
that's nice.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
Well,
I mean,
gifted.
thank you for catching those
Yeah.
powerful points. I see you, and I don't want that to go unnoticed. I appreciate
Yeah, I
you
wish
so
he would
much.
have tagged you. He caught a lot of your wisdom that you were sharing. So that was awesome. What were you going to say, Rainier?
I was going to say they've got 1 minute before we hit 2 hours, and I don't want to lose any of this video. So, gifted Mr. Witz, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I know you're both busy
Thank you.
to make these couple of hours, and
Thank
sometimes
you.
the time zones aren't conducive either. Like it's Saturday 1 p.m. for me, right? so
Wow.
so
Listen, thank
Oh,
you for
wow.
keeping the
That's
space
awesome.
for us, and and bringing us forth. It's been a while since we were able to share together, so
Yeah.
this
So
is
this is wonderful.
And
this
I
is
love
big for us
being
as
able
well.
to chat with you both and getting to know, I find getting to know more about the individual helps me to understand and grasp their work and where they're coming from when you know the person a bit. And that's what I love. I probably talk too much on this show, but I think through the conversations, hopefully, if I can share with the audience, probably on the other end of the world, more about the person, then they begin to understand, gives more impact to the weight of their words in your pieces that you like. What I'm trying to say is seeing the love between you two, the authenticity of your love, the pieces you read from your collaborative book just gives you another level of understanding of those pieces because you witness the love of the people.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All
So
right. Thank you again for allowing us in this space.
stay safe, stay blessed, and thank you to everybody in the audience who's been and
Yes.
gone through. Without you, the show has no depth, and so thank you to everybody, and to you both. Stay safe, stay blessed, and remember, this door is always open to you both.
Thank you.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Have a
And you
wonderful
do the same,
afternoon,
please.
Rainier.
Stay safe and stay forever blessed.
You too.
May the Most High continue to guide and protect you as well, brother.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Blessings.
Blessing.